Namaste children, welcome to our next class. In last class you learnt about materials and objects, what are the different materials around you and how to identify the different objects with which material they prepared, this all you learnt. In today's class you are going to learn about the characteristics of different materials, what characters different materials shows, how to identify their characteristics you are going to learn. So our today's lesson is materials and their characteristics. Materials and their characteristics. So here you can see the keywords which are given here. So the first one is rigid. Rigid means difficult to bend. Any object like iron, if you take, you cannot bend it easily. So it's known as rigid object.
Rigid. Difficult to bend.
And the next word is flexible. F-L-E-X-I-B-L-E. F-L-E-X flex. F-L-E-X-I flexible. Flexible means easy to bend, which can bend easily, like rubber pipes can bend very easily. Those are known as flexible. And the next one is
Flexible. Easy to bend.
next one is BIODE. Bio. DEGRA. Degradable. DEDGRADABLE. Gradable. Biodegradable means things that easily rot. Rotten means which can mix up easily in the soil, and when they rot they gives out bad smell, so they are known as biodegradable.
Biodegradable.
And the next one is non-biodegradable. NON, non-BIO, bio, degradable, 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 non-biodegradable.
Non-biodegradable. Things that do not rot easily.
They do not mix up easily in the soil. They do not rot easily. Rotting means can mix up in the soil. So here, to understand this lesson, we'll do one small activity. You just collect these objects in your home and try to find out how they are different from each other, what characters they are showing. Okay, the first one is keychain. So, is it shiny or dull? When you look at a keychain, will it appear shiny or dull? It's so shiny. And is it hard or soft? It is very hard. And at the same time, the tablespoon is shiny or dull? It's so shiny. And it is also hard. You cannot bend easily. So it is rigid or hard. Any word can be used to say the characteristic of hard. And even the wood is also so hard, can't bend easily. And when we come to the newspaper, you can bend it, you can fold it. So it is so soft material. And will it look shiny like the keychain and the tablespoon? No, it looks dull. It's not so shiny. And these are cotton balls. Do the cotton balls soft or hard? They are so soft. Like this, you see the images given here: wooden box, wooden basket, rubber, slippers, and the pot. So these all the materials, you need to classify them. You need to write their characters, how they are. Are they bending easily? Or do they are hard or soft, or how you are categorizing them? How can you categorize? You should see. So fill this table based on their characteristics, and this table is also forwarded in your group. So depending on that, hard or soft. Any one example for any hard material, anything you can write, a keychain or a iron rod or a wooden bench, anything as you wish. And soft means a sponge I am writing here as sponge. You can write any object which is very soft to touch. Okay, at the same time, we are also grouping the materials or objects around us based on their shining or dull property. Some are very shiny, some objects look so dull. So, any object which is so dull, you can give an example. Which is so shiny, like your keychain, steel plate, you can write that. And smelly or not smelly. When you keep some things for many days, they get rot and gives bad smell. So when like a banana, when you keep for many days, and then it gives some bad smell, that means it can rot. So the things which are getting rotten, they are biodegradable things, we call them, which do not smelly. Any iron box, any plastic chair, stool or anything, when you keep it somewhere, it can be in the same way for years together. So it won't rot and it won't give any bad smell. So such things are known as non-biodegradable. You can give only examples here. You have to fill this table and forward the pic to me. This is your activity. When you are able to do this activity, so that you can get confidence that you understood this particular lesson. And now, to understand more about the lesson, we'll see one video. So watch the video.
Different materials have different characteristics. Some are hard and others are soft. Some are shiny and others are dull. Some objects can rot, whereas others cannot.
So you can understand this. So some are rotting, some cannot rot, some are shiny, some are dull, some are hard, some are soft. These all are the different properties. The materials which are there beside you, they all are divided into based on their properties. Yes, now you try to answer this. How is the steel spoon different from the newspaper and the banana? When you differentiate between a steel spoon and a newspaper, steel spoon is so hard, whereas the newspaper is so soft. And when you compare steel spoon and the banana, banana can rot. It's a biodegradable thing, whereas steel spoon cannot rot. It's a non-biodegradable thing, isn't it? And the next question, when you see, how do the characteristics of materials help us to group things? So these, based on these their characters, we are differentiating the things. Some are hard, some are soft, some are shiny, some are dull. Some can show the flexibility, some materials cannot show the flexibility. Like this, you are able to group them based on their characters only, right? So now if you see, based some can we can separate all the hard things from the soft things. Same way you can separate flexible things from the rigid things. Rigid means which cannot bend, flexible means which can bend. And we can also separate the things like shiny, like dull, and we also sort them into rot and cannot rot. So these all are helping, the characteristics are helping to sort out the materials, and based on that we can use them in our daily life. So which material is very hard, which we can use for making our furniture in the home, like that. Which is getting rotten should be used first, like that. It's very useful to know the characters of the materials in our day-to-day life. And now if you see, how does grouping materials help in real life? Just now I told you, grouping materials helps us in real life to group the things. This grouping will helps us to know the materials with similar or different characters. Which materials have same characters, which have the different characters, and we can make things based on their characters. So based on the soft and hard nature, we can sort out and we can make the different things. For example, if we want to make a strong bridge, then we will use only the metal because it is so hard and it can bear the weight of the vehicles which are moving from that bridge. If we make the bridge with the soft material like cotton balls, then definitely we couldn't make it. It won't be strong at all. And we can make soft and flexible footwear from rubber. So footwears, the rubber is very flexible. So by using that, footwears can make. That will be very easy, so elastic, and without harming we can wear those slippers. Right? Now after reading, read this, we'll go through the worksheet. What questions are given here, we'll see children. So the first one is, tick the correct property of wood and cross out the incorrect one. What are the properties of the wood? You have to find out. Is the wood is shiny? No, it's not shiny. So is it rigid? Rigid means cannot bend easily. Yes, the wood cannot bend easily at all. So you choose this is the property of the wood. And it is soft. Is the wood is so soft like sponge? No, not at all. Okay, and the next one, sort the materials into the correct groups. Some materials are given in the help box, so you need to sort out them into hard and soft. For example, pillow. So pillow is hard or soft? Definitely it is so soft. And the steel plate is hard. So write here steel plate spelling in the hard column. And sheet of paper is also so soft. Yes. And the next one, the given items you need to separate them into shiny and dull. Do the cotton shiny or dull? Definitely it looks so dull. And steel plate is so shiny. And metal box, even the metal box is also shining. So like that, you have to separate the things based on their characters. And the next one, when you see materials like rubber gloves, stone and lunch box, which are flexible and which cannot bend, which can bend. Which cannot bend, that character is called rigid, which can bend is flexible. So the rubber gloves shows the flexibility. Rubber gloves can stretch, can bend. Lunchbox is rigid. Even the stone, can you bend a stone? No. So that's also a rigid character it shows. These are just hints I am giving. You continue and complete your answer. And one more, vegetable peels and plastic bag and leaves. Which material can biodegrade, which cannot? Biodegrade means they can rot, they can mix in the soil and they give some smell. So, do the vegetables will give smell when you store for so many days? Definitely. So, the vegetables are biodegradable. Will the plastic gives out any smell? No, it cannot. So the plastic is non-biodegradable, and the leaves are biodegradable. And now if you see, if I ask you to make a model of a chair, which material will you choose? Wood or soil, and why? A chair, to make a chair, which material you will prefer out of these two? Definitely you will go with only wood, because it need to bear the weight of you or the people who are sitting on the chair. So if it is made from a soil, it won't show the hard property. That's why wood is showing the hard property and useful in our day-to-day life. So that you'll prefer to make the chair definitely with a wood. Understood, children? So now we will see what are the practice questions given in this lesson. And before moving to the practice questions, you read 8.2 lesson from page number 11 from your textbook, and then you write it practice questions in the textbook itself. Now once we will go through the practice questions which are given, Put a tick in the boxes next to the correct property of cotton and cross the incorrect ones. So when you see the cotton object, will it dull? Will it soft? Is it hard? Is it shiny? Which properties related to the cotton you need to identify? Definitely it is so soft. So like that you find out the characteristics of cotton. And the next question, Rama uses metal boxes to keep money. Which property of metal is kept in mind to make the boxes? Because the metal boxes are need to keep the money without getting spoiled. You want to keep because the metal shows the property of hard. It is so rigid, cannot bend, so no thief can steal the money from the metal box, right? So he definitely used the metal box, which shows the character of hard or rigid. And third question, we use two dustbins for throwing wet and dry waste. Wet waste rot and dry waste do not. How is this helpful? Rot means which gives bad smell. Do not rot. Those materials will not give any smell. So this helps us. It helps you to sort the waste. It helps to make more non-biodegradable waste quickly. It helps to sort out the waste. So from our home, different types of waste will come. From the kitchen, wet waste will come, and from the drawing room, learning, reading room, dry waste will come. So that when you know about wet and rot and do not rot, then easily you can sort out the waste into different groups. So you know how which are biodegradable, which non biodegradable, which can rot, which cannot rot. You can understand, so that you can sort out the waste easily. Understood, children? So knowing the characters are very helpful in our day to day life. And in next class we will see the materials in the water, how the materials, what properties they'll show in the water we are going to learn. Thank you, children.